Hi, I'm your host Jared Gross, and thank you for joining us on The Community Producers, a monthly show produced by community volunteers like myself. And we begin this month in Cranbrook, where Dennis Walker is discussing 4-H Club with Regional 4-H Ambassador Hannah Boulton.
Hannah Boulton from the local 4-H Club is with us, and I should say clubs really. Hannah, can you describe that to us here today?
So we have 4 clubs in the Cranbrook vicinity and then 2 more in the Creston vicinity in our region of the Kootenay region.
Very good. Everybody's busy. I know the projects come out in the fall. What are you hearing from all your members that have projects on the go right now?
Well, I've heard a lot of them are training their steers or heifers right now. Plus, we just started our pig and sheep projects, so they're just getting to know their animals. Plus, there are the crafts and sewing people that are starting their projects as well.
Yeah, one of the focuses for you right now and for all the members is the speech competition. This goes down every year for 4-H Club members. Can you describe to our audience what they have to do?
Okay, so the district and regional speeches are on March 11th at 12, and it's open to the public. The juniors, which are the younger members, do a 3 to 5 minute speech on any topic they would like. Same with the seniors, except their speech has to be a little bit longer. Plus, they have to do an impromptu topic, which is on whatever the leaders decide beforehand, and they get a minute to prepare.
Right, and they're adjudicated and evaluated afterwards, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're adjudicated by 3 judges, and the juniors only get judged on their speech, plus the seniors only get judged on their speech and impromptu.
4-H program has taken you across the country. You were in Ottawa last year. Can you talk a little bit about that, why you were chosen and what that global event was all about then?
Okay, so I chose to apply for the Global 4-H Network Summit the fall of 2016. And I had to make a presentation, like a PowerPoint presentation, about all my achievements, what I wanted to achieve, and what my future goals are for myself and for my community. I got chosen because of what I put into that presentation. Then I got to go to Ottawa to be a delegate with over 20 countries of different delegates that all were interested and wanted to learn more and contribute to the 4-H movement.
Yeah, what an experience it was. I remember we had you on the air when you were there, and then on return you met so many people, and it's going to take you, post-secondary education after Mount Baker is going to take you to an agriculture course we hear from you now.
Yes, I've been conditionally accepted to U of A, so I'm looking forward to moving forward with my agriculture like an agriculture education, plus furthering my education in different ways that I really enjoy.
You keep yourself busy. We won't go off topic very much. You're also a Highland dancer. You try and keep your marks up at school. What's it like to have a 4-H project on the go and do all the other things you have to do, plus your commitment to good school marks, Hannah?
Well, I started 4-H when I was in grade 1, so it just kind of continuously grew. So I started with the pig project, so I had to check my pigs every day. So when I didn't have that much school and wasn't as committed to Highland dance as I am now, I started gradually building up. So it's almost in my daily routine to go feed the animals and take care of them and do husbandry practices with my animals. And then I've always remember myself going to Highland dance on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so it's not like I'm adding all this hours into just a little, like in addition to what I've already been doing for so many years. So
I'm sure though at this level and being an ambassador for 4-H, you have the young ones that come along, or maybe even parents of young children that are saying, you know, tell us a little bit about it. What do you tell children about your experience from being really young to being a high school graduate now?
I always say take advantage of all the opportunities. That's one thing, because I think that the more opportunities and the more pathways you create extend your knowledge and your experience in the programs that you want to be a part of. Not only just 4-H and dance for me, but any program that I have gone into, I've tried to take a part of all the opportunities and tried to take advantage of them.
You mentioned pigs earlier, but I know they have sheep, lamb, steers. What seem to be the hardest ones or the obstacles you run into then?
Well, I think it's depending on the person, and they actually, whatever is best suited for them is the difficulty and hardness, I think, because I've raised both pig and beef, and I haven't raised a lamb so far, but I feel like it's just different ways in hardness. Like training for a pig is a little harder than training a steer, but then feeding a steer is more tedious than a pig. So it depends on the project, it depends on the personality of the member who is raising that project.
Thank you for coming in to talk to us about 4-H locally. Compliments to you on what you're doing, and good luck at the University of Alberta.
Thank you.
Life's moving quickly for you. Hannah Boulton, local 4-H ambassador, joining us here on the Community Producers.
In March, Sparwood Florist Sherry Benko will compete against 19 other contestants from across the country in the 3rd annual Maple Leaf Cup Floral Design Competition in Edmonton.
For as long as she can remember, Sherry Benko has had a passion for flowers.
No matter what it is, I gravitate towards plants and flowers and how to put them together. It's just something that comes natural to me. Good afternoon, Buds and Blooms.
In December 2012, Benko would go all in with her passion, leaving her job of 27 years with the District of Sparwood to operate her own floral shop.
I've always been a nothing ventured, nothing gained type of person, and I've certainly come to love every minute of what I do.
Now, she's getting the chance to show off her work at the Maple Leaf Cup, a national floral design competition which she was invited to in Edmonton.
You don't know what flowers, you don't know what other criteria you have, but once you get there and you are given the criteria and a box of flowers and 2 hours to produce 3 arrangements.
The competition takes place before a live audience at the Edmonton Home and Garden Show, something Benko found a bit daunting at first.
I'm not very good in front of people. I'm a behind the scenes person. And so I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
But a little pep talk was all she needed.
My husband said, "Are you crazy? You can do it. What have you got to lose?" So I applied and I'm in.
Once she accepted the invitation, it didn't take long for word to get around town.
There's been lots of people coming in and congratulating her and asking about it, just wanting to hear about this.
It really bolsters your confidence, just knowing that you will have people behind you.
Since accepting the invite, Benko has been hard at work preparing for the competition. And even though she won't know what she'll be making until the day of the event, she does know it'll be big.
If you're designing for a hotel, if you're designing for, say, a convention center, small arrangements are not going to cut it. You need to be able to design and be very flamboyant and very large in what you do.
This will be Benko's first competition, and regardless of the outcome, should be a positive experience.
To be around other florists who've been doing it their whole lives, who have different styles, use different materials. It's all interesting. It all brings something back to the business.
It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for her and for the community even.
The winner of this year's Maple Leaf Cup will receive an expense-paid trip to represent Canada at the World Cup in Philadelphia in 2019. For the Community Producers in Sparwood, I'm Bill Brewer.
Up next, the International Fly Fishing Film Festival, or IF4, is back for another year. With a look at some of this year's films, here's Jeremy Rusin.
For a very long time, mankind has been afraid of sharks. We're afraid of what they represent in the taboos.
It's year number 8 for the Fly Fishing Film Festival. And this year, organizers had a hard time selecting the lineup.
We had more entries this year than we've ever had before, and the majority of them were exceptional.
The producers of last year's fan favorite, The Hidden, are back with their latest film, Seriously North, which follows a group of intrepid anglers in search of the rare Arctic char in Canada's far north.
It's a film about guys who, you know, they just experienced a disaster, you know, where they've spent 2 weeks in the northern reaches of Canada in not habitable places, walking, you know, miles and miles in search of this one type of Arctic char, this one big fish, and they didn't get it. They didn't have a film, and on the very last day, something happens where they do end up with the fish.
The film Confluentus follows filmmaker Gilbert Rowley and his friends through the Oregon backcountry in search of the endangered bull trout.
We're blessed in Canada, at least in the Kootenays, to be able to target bull trout. In the United States, it's not something that you're allowed to do. And so Gilbert was able to get a permit to go and do some field research on bull trout in Oregon. And what he came back with in the way of footage is just something that I think people will find to be extremely entertaining.
There's definitely no shortage of big fish on display in this festival, but there's also entries which give viewers the chance to examine fly fishing from a different angle.
We see the world a little bit bigger than just that fish action, top water, whatever. And I think that IF4 has to be one of those places where we acknowledge that.
And they have. With Fishing Beyond the River, the story of Bucky Buckstabber and his work as part of the nonprofit organization Fly Fishing Collaborative.
They go fishing for these crazy fish, but the story is something bigger than that, and it ties into Bucky's desire to use fly fishing as a way to make a difference in the world.
While the festival is designed for fly fishing enthusiasts, organizer Chris Bird says it should appeal to a wider audience.
There's hunters and, you know, anglers and you know, people who love hiking and camping and just being outside. And we find that just because of the type of stories that some of these filmmakers are telling, the types of places that they're going, there are a lot of people that come out just to go to places on the screen that they haven't been to.
IF4 wraps up its Kootenay Swing in Fernie March 1st at the Vogue Theatre. For additional screenings and information, visit flyfilmfest.com. For the community producers in Cranbrook, I'm Jeremy Rusin.
Welcome back. Well, Peyton Krebs came to the Kootenay ICE with high expectations as the first pick in the 2016 Bantam Draft, and so far he's done a pretty good job of living up to those expectations.
It didn't take rookie Peyton Krebs very long to have an impact on the Kootenay ICE. He's averaged nearly a point per game since coming to the league, been one of the team's leading scorers all season long, and has been up to the challenges of the WHL.
I think it's an awesome challenge. I came into it just looking to improve myself each and every day and work my hardest, and the points just came a little extra.
Krebs credits the smooth transition to his call-up last season, suiting up for 6 games while collecting a goal and 5 assists.
I think when you go up like that, you get a little taste of what it's like and what you need to work on in the summer, and I took what I learned from last year and applied it to my summer. Use as much as I can and just work my hardest.
I think it just gave him a huge boost of confidence, and so this year right out of the gun, he was one of the top players in camp. He was one of our best condition athletes in almost every fitness test.
Head coach James Patrick says it also didn't take long for Krebs to establish himself as one of the hardest working players on the team.
He really is self-motivated. He really pushes himself hard in practice. From day one, it was real noticeable to me. And skating drills and our warm-up shooting drills, he goes full speed all the time, which is it's great, you know, for a coach, because it's just, you know, that's how you want all your players to be.
He's such a good player, so easy to play with. Works hard, makes the right plays, uses speed, great passer, great vision. Obviously I see him as a playmaker, but he can also score goals.
In November, Krebs will get to represent Canada at the World Under-17 Hockey Challenge, something he describes as a dream come true.
Going into warm-ups, I think our first game was against USA, and you're in warm-ups seeing around yourself, and you're in the Canadian jersey, and then there's US. It's a pretty cool feeling. I'm really motivated to get better every day after going to there.
Back in the WHL, the 5'11", 162-pound forward is competing on a nightly basis against players much older and bigger than himself, and taking it all in stride.
Everyone knows how good a player is now. He's playing, you know, we go on the road and another team puts their top line against him or their top set of D. So now, you know, he's playing against 20-year-old defensemen often. It's a challenge for him, but he has always risen up to the challenge. He battles through it, he competes, and that's all you can ask for.
He does stuff out there that most older guys can't do. It's actually a treat to watch.
Despite his early success, there's, of course, still plenty of room for improvement.
There's a lot of little details. He still has a ways to go learning, you know, how to be a real good two-way center. I know he's going to put on size. He's got a real good core and a set of legs on him that are just going to get stronger and stronger. I think you're going to see more explosiveness from him.
Off the ice, Krebs is settling in nicely to life in Cranbrook, and with older brother Dakota playing for the Calgary Hitmen, there's plenty of chances for Mom and Dad to make the trip from Okotoks.
Well, they can come during the weekends to a Friday game and make it home that night, so it's awesome like that, and I can have all my family come, and we play in Calgary lots, so it's a good rivalry. Obviously my brother just got traded there too, so it'll be a fun time against them.
For the community producers in Cranbrook, I'm Layla Gross.
Finally this month, Dennis Walker stops by Western Financial Place for a visit with the City of Cranbrook's recreational programmer.
We're at Western Financial Place today to catch up with Jodine Tornberg. She is with Community Services. How's it going, Jodine?
Oh, it's going great, Dennis. Thanks for asking.
I know there's lots happening now because we get closer toward spring break and everything, but there's programs ongoing. I wanted to start with Stick and Puck. I was here one Thursday. It's pretty laid back. What do you have to do to come to Stick and Puck?
Well, we have a couple of Stick and Pucks. Actually, we have the one here at Western Financial Place, and we offer that for adults and seniors. Any adult or senior can come and take part in that. They have to have a helmet, stick, a puck, and gloves. They just come up to the Community Services desk that's at the pool, and that's where they pay. Come on down and go on the ice and take part in that.
Right, and it's pretty casual too. I mean, it's not like a real game. You can just kind of skate around with the puck and enjoy your time on the ice.
Yeah, it's definitely casual. We don't actually want there to be games. We want the seniors just to come out and skate and shoot the puck around and have some fun.
There's so much going on in this building all the time. We can talk about some of the programs, and I know the pool's always busy too. You probably watch out your window and see what's happening, but yeah, let's talk about the pool and the services it provides.
Sure, yeah, you betcha. We have great things happening at the pool. We offer lessons for all ages. We have adults, stroke improvement lessons, as well, all the way down to little babies with their parents. There's aquafit classes, which are a great way to stay in shape. We rent out our facility for swim club. They do lanes. Lots of things going on.
As we're conducting the interview here today for the community producers, there's people walking around. Do you find on the cold days there's more people in than other days, and about how many do you get?
Oh, well, it varies. I honestly couldn't tell you exactly how many we get, but we have a lot of people that come in, particularly this time of year where it's icy outside. They come in, it's a little bit safer for them to walk. We have mums with strollers, lots of seniors. We have a couple of groups that come in and meet, and they walk around here. It's great.
Hey, spring break is coming up in March, so next month, what's going to be happening for spring break? Are there extra special programs or things going on that you can tell us about here today?
There sure is, yeah. We have a spring break camp. We call it Spring Break Escape. So kids can sign up for both weeks or 1 week. We offer swimming, skating, programs that we use Mount Baker Gym for, so they play soccer and all sorts of games. We keep the kids busy during spring break.
How did you get into this position, Jodine? We have a quick minute just to talk about that today. Must have been an active person, or maybe still are. A little bit about yourself today.
Yeah, you bet. I've lived in Cranbrook now for 22 years. I think that's when I came back. and been with the city here for 12 years, and in this position as the community programmer for the last 3.
Right, good, thank you. So Stick and Puck again, the regular days for that one, and just a quick review on what people can do if they want to sign up for programs for the upcoming spring break.
Okay. Yeah, Stick and Puck is on Thursdays, 1:30 to 2:30. That's the adult one, but I do want to mention we have a youth Stick and Puck as well. We hold that at the Kinsman Arena, and it's a youth Stick and Puck from 9:15 to 10:30 Friday nights. So something fun for the kids to get out and spend some time getting active.
For people coming down and want to talk to you face to face, your office is basically right as you come in the front entryway at Western Financial, right?
Yeah, you betcha, it sure is. You can come in and see me. My office is right across from the tables at Western Financial Place, or you could head into Community Services desk, which is in front of the pool, and that's where you register for programs.
Good, thank you, Jodine. Jodine Tornberg from Cranbrook Community Services.
That's all the time we have here on this episode of The Community Producers. I'm Jared Gross. Thanks for watching.